I wanted to bring you this big news this morning out of the U.S. banking sector. This is something that I've been warning you about for a while now, and it's about to get serious. We are about to see some serious stuff hit the fan. If you're in the 1%, then you're probably going to be fine. You're about to probably make a lot more money. But if you're like me, then you should be very worried about what's coming, guys. I think people are missing a major piece of this, the China part of this development, which we now have our clearest sign yet that the United States dollar is in real trouble. We're going to show you what China has been doing that has me very worried, and what the United States is lying about, quite frankly. Oh, rates are coming down? Nothing to worry about. Oh, really? Get ready, because this data is frightening. Or really exciting, like I said, if you're in the 1%, because you're about to get a lot richer. But most people will not. Most people will get hurt really hard. So we'll get to that in a second. But first, I want to be very clear. The US dollar is not going to collapse overnight. Large structures don't just suddenly collapse. Cracks and fissures, along with a controlled demolition, bring down large structures. And in this metaphor, the large structure is the U.S. economy. And make no mistake about it, a controlled demolition, that's what you're watching right now. The U.S. dollar will cease to exist as we know it and will become a digital dollar controlled by Wall Street instead of the U.S. Treasury. That is happening whether you like it or not. That ship has sailed. And it's actually much further along than most Americans even know about. So that's happening. And as Putin said last week in his interview with Tucker Carlson, the U.S. is destroying the dollar with its own hands, he said. He's spot on correct about this.
Look at what is going on in the world. Even the United States allies are now downsizing their dollar reserves. Seeing this, everyone starts looking for ways to protect themselves. I think it is complete foolishness from the point of view of the interests of the United States itself and its taxpayers, as it damages the U.S. economy, undermines the power of the United States across the world. Do you even realize what is going on or not? Does anyone in the United States realize this? What are you doing? You are cutting yourself off. All experts say this.
Before I show you this new data out of China, I want you to understand something about the U.S. Treasuries. As my grandma used to say, U.S. Treasuries are the safest investment in the world. They're issued by the U.S. government, and they're backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. So, you should invest in them, right? Well, as of this video, the amount of U.S. Treasuries outstanding is less than 26 trillion. In the fall, that number was over 30 trillion. Where did that 4 trillion go? The answer is they dumped it. They got rid of it. The biggest foreign holders of these treasury bills, Japan, China, Saudi Arabia, the UK, they're selling them off. Normally, with these treasuries, they give the United States money and they expect to be paid back with interest. So the United States gets this money from China and then sends it off to Ukraine and other places. As Senator Rand Paul said, this is madness.
But it's irresponsible to simply borrow more money. To borrow the money from China, simply to send it to Ukraine, makes no sense and makes us weaker, not stronger.
Okay, but this isn't news. But the big news is that China is dumping U.S. treasuries like a bad habit, on pace to unload most, if not all of them, by the end of fiscal year 2024. And they're ramping up massive stimulus because the economy is crapping the bed right now. We just got the November numbers, which are the latest numbers of the U.S. treasuries, and they took a huge dump. Many more countries have been selling billions of dollars worth of U.S. treasuries. China's U.S. treasury holdings fell to just under 800 billion. That's a huge decline. It's the lowest in 20 years. And as we've shown you here on the show, China has been selling off U.S. treasuries for over 10 years. But what's stunning in this new data is that Beijing just sold off 15% of its entire holdings of U.S. treasuries. If they sold them all at once, it would destroy the United States. And Congress knows it. They've been running tabletop exercises on it. And then when they asked Janet Yellen about, hey, what's your contingency plan over at the Treasury Department, this was her response.
The scenario was that China, the second largest foreign creditor of U.S. Treasuries, would dump that $859 billion in Treasury securities. How are you working with our allies internationally and also the Federal Reserve to deal with a situation where China would dump that volume of Treasury securities overnight?
So we are not engaging in specific exercises to address such a risk, but the United States, the National Security Council, is certainly concerned on an ongoing basis.
Well, Madam Secretary, I would encourage Treasury to make preparations and be on the ready.
Do you feel better now? Great response. Meanwhile, China is dumping US dollars and buying up as much gold as they can possibly find, a record pace of buying gold. Remember, we use the sale of these treasuries to finance just about everything we hold dear in the United States, from Social Security to all of the wars that the United States loves to launch. This is all interrelated, folks. Saudi Arabia, the BRICS nations, dumping tens of billions of dollars of U.S. treasuries. But it gets worse, much worse. And I think this is really the most important part of the story because we can't control China. And now, looks like we can't control our own banks here at home because things are about to get crazy. The dollar is about to go insane when the yield curve starts rising again. Experts believe things are going to go insane right around March 11th. That's when the reverse repo market runs out. The Bank Term Funds Program ends on March 11th. This means in English that Powell may have no choice but to raise rates to stave off a crisis. But if rates go up, guess what happens? Small banks that are holding all of these commercial real estate loans are about to collapse. Do you see what's happening here? Rates go up, China dumps more treasuries, the Fed prints more money, and the 1%, they make millions. Well, we get screwed. So the next few weeks, guys, are going to be game changing. Pay attention and don't fall for what's happening. They are lying to us, but be very prepared. Now, before we go, I want to give you a quick update on a sponsor that I brought you on Sunday because this news could positively affect the company.
This is how much has been money laundered with Bitcoin. This is how much. This is Bitcoin. This is dollar.
SEC Chair Gary Gensler gets destroyed on CNBC Live as they argue over Bitcoin.
I mean, I can go run a car into a parade. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't have cars.
As Bitcoin's price hits $51,000 and investors give their reasoning as to why Bitcoin's going much higher.
It's a no-brainer on the next ramp to get to 100, 120. And maybe to 170 or 180.
I'll share with you this clip along with some major altcoin news, but just understand in our Bitcoin ETF check-in that roughly 70% of the Bitcoin supply still hasn't moved in at least a year, while the ETFs are now seeing $500 million of inflows a day. And just in, Coinbase International Exchange is now reporting new daily trading volumes of 672 million, meaning the biggest crypto exchange is growing in popularity. And Grayscale, the only known large entity that was selling, those outflows are slowing. You don't need an economics PhD to know what's set to happen next.
You can't go to a train station without seeing a Grayscale ad. I don't know, how much are you spending on ads? You seem to be in a blitzkrieg trying to convince the country that everybody should invest in the Bitcoin ETF. Look, seriously, anywhere I go, I see a Grayscale ad.
ETFs have long democratized investing. They started with S&P 500 exposure 30 years ago. 20 years ago, they brought gold to market. This is another, point of evolution and another point of maturity for the ETF market, bringing Bitcoin to the broadest range of investors in an equitable and transparent fashion.
And most institutions and traditional investors haven't bought yet.
Can you convince advisors to buy Bitcoin? There's a whole big program here right now where you're on a blitzkrieg to try to convince the investment advisory community that it's safe. Gary Gensler fired a broad shot across the bow when he admitted, okay, we lost the Grayscale case, but folks, let me remind you, this is Gensler talking, you were required, if you are an investment advisor, to follow regulation best interest. That has a suitability requirement. That's a warning shot from Gary Gensler saying you, investment advisors, had better be careful about recommending Bitcoin and make sure it's appropriate for the people that you are advising. That seems to be a shot across the bow to you saying you could get sued very easily.
Now let's get to Gary Gensler on CNBC this morning, and we will talk about altcoins. Watch the whole video. But with BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF holdings now surpassing $5 billion, and with all Bitcoin ETFs, inflows now outpacing outflows, this will continue to lead to drastically positive price action, and most people still don't understand a truly scarce asset like Bitcoin.
If you think about anything that there is in the world, the higher price will bring in more of it. So if oil was at $500 a barrel, we'd be poking for oil everywhere in the everywhere in the world, and someday it will be there. But corn, you push up the price of something, and there is a supply response. People make more of it, which then brings the price back down.
It's a free market.
Free market, right? It's the only thing or commodity ever invented that I'm aware of where a higher price does not affect the supply. The supply is capped. And therefore, it's by its very nature deflationary, which is Jeff Booth's point, which fits in with the way the world is going because everything should be trending to zero, as our productivity increases. And, it's just, that's the thing that I think causes, people have to kind of grok that. They got to actually think that through and go, hang on a second, you're right. There's never really been anything like this.
And while we'll finish with Gary Gensler getting destroyed, check the timestamps. Keep in mind that while Bitcoin is bringing in traditional finance, gaming, cryptocurrency is bringing in the masses of everybody else. Will Illuvium be the true PAL world of Web3 gaming? I'm ready to catch some alluvials on the open world map. So this will be massive for crypto gaming coming in Q2 2024. Stay subscribed. And actually, many of you were asking me about this. Partner of the channel XCAD may be about to drop something bigger. Our product launch is coming this quarter, along with other huge announcements. However, there will be one which will impact the entire crypto space coming March 27th, very soon. And just understand that XCAD is sort of like a Chili's, or what Chili's did for sports and athletes. XCAD is doing for content creators, watch to earn, and what could be coming on the 27th that could impact the whole crypto space. Well, the most obvious partnership here, which the community has speculated, would be Google, because Google owns YouTube, and XCAD already adds value to YouTube by incentivizing more watch time and more people tuning in, which are huge KPIs that the algorithm cares about. XCAD is already doing that with YouTube. Also, Google's already battling a cultural shift towards short-form content, so anything they can do to stay competitive. So will this be a Google announcement? Or we've also seen X, formerly Twitter, partnering up with different social companies to compete. And one of the things that we did see recently was Elon Musk getting Mr. Beast to upload videos on the X platform. Is this an XCAD integration into X? Would be a big way to incentivize people to consume video content on their platform over YouTube, which we've already seen Elon attempting to do aggressively, offering more monetization for creators that upload their video content to X. Or this announcement could have something to do with Mr. Beast. Popular YouTubers KSI and Mr. Beast have invested in the social network XCAD. That was years ago. This may be a continuation of some sort. And of course, another potential on the flip side of Google would be that TikTok integrates the XCAD network to incentivize viewing and retention on their platform, also very possible. So again, you tell me what you think down below. Is it TikTok? Is it Google? Is it X? Is it Mr. Beast? Is it something else? Keep your eyes on XCAD into March, and when any big crypto updates happen, like always, I will keep you updated. And of course, now it's all been building to this. CNBC anchor calls out SEC Gary Gensler on live TV about his inaccurate criticism of Bitcoin.
Jamie Dimon say that he would close it down, that basically Bitcoin is, you've seen the comments, right? It's not just that he closed down, that he would say it's used by drug dealers and used by folks who are doing all sorts of illicit and terrible things. There's very few things that trade today that people talk about like that. Now, there are obviously frauds and things that happen, but maybe not like this.
Like the dollar is like 100 times more.
Well, I know that's your perspective, but I'm just I'm curious how you think about that.
That's true, though. This is how much has been money laundered with Bitcoin. This is how much. This is Bitcoin. This is dollar.
Yes, Joe. Look, here's the Jamie Dimon quote. The only true use case for it is for criminals, drug traffickers, money laundering, and tax avoidance. I know, but we have a guest.
That's his opinion.
We have a guest, Joe. What is your opinion? And what is your opinion that we have something trading on the exchange for the public that has
Diamond, demonic mode incoming, guys. We're not joking. In today's video, it's all about altcoins, Bitcoin, everything, guys, because all boats will rise. Not financial advice from Pomp. There was $631 million of net inflows to the spot Bitcoin ETFs yesterday. That is 14 times more demand than the network produced in the same exact day, guys, in the same day. I don't think people understand the magnitude of what is happening right now. Please like today's video. Please, 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 and let's go. People don't understand it. Why? But I'm here try to give out the information, guys, as clearly as possible. And remember, please like today's video because it is for free, guys. I'm just trying to be on the right side of history, guys, right, for my portfolio. Now, a lot of people doubted us when we called Bitcoin's bottom, right, when we called the crypto stocks bottom back in June 2022 to the exact date, honestly, or to the exact month, guys. And look where we're at now, right? Not to brag or anything, but we still haven't seen anything yet, I believe. Not financial advice. I don't know how excited I am, guys. I'm not going to sleep tonight. I don't know if I can, right? If these crypto prices keep skyrocketing, I don't know, guys. Do they really not want me to go sleep? Now, altcoins are gonna pump, and they are gonna pump hard. Brace yourselves for altcoin season 2.0. Exactly. Why? First things first, and on everyone's mind, guys, is what's happening with XRP. Here it is, guys, right? We see this resistance line that's been going on since November, guys. We need to break up, which we are right now, actually 54 cents, above 54 cents, hold support and blast off. Guess what, though? We called the bottom at 49 cents here, guys, right? I even logged it around this area, but I put a stop loss down here, guys, at 49.7 cents. I got out, but then I got back in at 50 cents, right? And I got back in at 51.7 right here. So my average right now is 50.7 cents right here, guys, right here. That's where I am right now, right? Because I bought lower and I bought higher, so my average is right there. I'm going to probably add more, guys, if we do dump, but not right now. So things are looking quite swell. Not to mention, on the weekly, guys, this chart right here, on the weekly, there's an indicator that shows where we are seeing hidden bullish divergence on this chart. On the weekly, it's going to be demonic mode, guys. I'm not even joking. On the 2 weekly, the same exact thing, hidden bullish divergence. It's going to be even more insanity. This will literally melt. I think it's going to melt my sleep, guys. I'm not joking, right? I don't think I'll ever go back to sleep. Is that even a possibility? Who knows? But from Crypto Rover. Remember, this person loves Bitcoin. So he's talking about XRP here, right, from a couple days ago. Well, he says XRP, it has been 3 years now, but I do believe the breakout can be massive. Why? This is on the weekly chart, guys, right? It's converging, guys. It's converging, which means it either pumps to the upside or dumps hard. Which one will be? Well, the market is pumping, which gives us a confluence point to a pump on the horizon, and people are still bearish. I don't get it. Why? Because when this triggers up, well, guess what else triggers next? This chart, the quarterly. Why? Because there's no room left, guys, right? So there's a domino effect, like we stated before on the weekly. On the shorter time frames, it triggered. Then on the higher time frames, such as the 4-hourly, triggered. Then on the daily, triggered. 12-hourly, triggered. Then on the higher time frames, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6, 7, 7. Guys, it's like a snowball effect, right? You guys see what I'm talking about? Look at this. This is on the 3-month, guys, right? Something's about to happen. Watch out for April, May, June. You guys ready? I truly am. Before I wasn't, guys, but I am. I'm in a long. I got my bags packed. We should be good to go. XRP ready to launch. Not to mention, we're at this we're copying the exact same fractal, guys, right? From I'm pretty sure this was from BC Backer's video, guys, and we pumped.
Let's say you don't get married. Let's just say, and you're 40 years old and you've got an amazing career, but you never got married. Would that be disappointing to you?
I would be disappointed. For me, marriage is not that important anymore. I want to have a partner and I want to be with somebody. I would like to get married and get engaged and, you know, build this life with someone.
Okay.
But that's not something that's my like sole purpose in life. So I would definitely want to be a mother, and I would be disappointed if I'm not a mother by 40.
There would absolutely be a disappointment. That's not how I want my life going down at all. And, you know, there's something to be said about if you don't have babies, your DNA doesn't go on.
YouTube blown up, 1 million subscribers, you killed it. But no husband, no kids, would that be satisfying?
Like, to me, if you have nothing to pass on, and like, who cares if you're rich if you're alone?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I agree with that.
You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have like a family to go home to, that's sad.
It's funny that women don't feel that men are special in any way, until all of a sudden they have the disadvantages, and the loneliness, and the struggle, and the rough times that men face. Now we need to do more for men.
Shoot right across, and I was like,
Блять, что это? Вы мне говорите, что они, блядь, доходят, сука, до моря и разворачиваются.
Floodwaters have destroyed a large part of Hodgesville Road in that area of Houston County. The section between Cherry Hooper and Florney Moore Road is closed after a flooded creek caused the street to collapse. Double Bridge Creek, which runs under that section of Hodgesville Road, flooded and broke a cross drain, which then tilted upward, causing part of the road to crack and collapse. That area will remain closed until crews can replace the pipe and repair the damages.
G1224. See if I get below the light. It's the moon setting in the southwest, and it's laying on its back. That's a position the moon should never take, I believe, right there. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Not human, I promise you, these is not human. It's 2024, man. It's something going on. There's something going on and they trying to cover it up.
Hey guys, welcome back, and if you're new to the channel, thanks for joining. My name's Casey and this is Mindseed TV. In today's video, we're going to take a look at some of the creepiest alien footage caught on camera in 2023 that was trending on social media. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below and let's jump right in. In this first clip, a group of friends is driving through the desert as a storm begins to form. But this storm was nothing compared to what they were about to see. In this video uploaded by Paul White Gold Eagle, the group witnesses what appears to be a strange being floating in the sky. As the lightning from the storm continues, it almost appears to be magnetically drawn towards this strange figure. While witnessing an unidentified flying object in the sky can be hair-raising to anyone, what about when it's in the form of a human being? While this event being captured on camera is absolutely spectacular and hard to explain, it's not the only time that someone sighted something like this. Back in 2019, there was a similar video that circulated the web from Mexico. While the family was outside barbecuing, they saw this floating through the sky. While some think maybe this could be a group of balloons, others think maybe this is the Messiah himself coming back to save them. It's safe to say whether this is an actual being floating through the clouds or groups of balloons that resemble a man, it's always unsettling to look up in the sky and see something that resembles a human being floating through the clouds. March 23rd, 2023. In Pensacola, Florida, a Ring doorbell captures something strange happening in the night sky. 3 glowing objects can be seen floating past, maintaining a perfect distance between one another, leading many to believe that this was in fact not 3 objects, but one extremely large triangular-shaped ship. If we speed up the video, it allows us to see the path of the object much more clearly. What do you think this could be? Possibly a group of jets in perfect formation glowing in the night sky? Or something much larger and unknown? Another person appears to capture something similar that same night on their cell phone.
You cannot tell me.
And maybe there's an explanation to all this. But how do you explain this sighting that happened in Prague on September 2nd? A strange group of lights appear to orbit around this tower in a very odd motion. Many people witnessed this event, yet what exactly they were seeing remains a mystery. In this next clip, a man in New York captures a strange group of lights that is so bright it lights up the entire sky. Not only did he capture one, but a second set of lights can be seen beyond the church to his left. Judging by the man's stunned reaction, the excitement and shock in his voice sound authentic.
I ain't never seen them in the sky in my life. Look how bright the sky is, though. If I'm tripping, tell me I'm tripping. But what is that?
Oh, the lights, the traffic lights is out too. Oh my god. Yo. Alright. Yo. Whoa. What?
Notice how the whole sky was flashing bright lights, illuminating the entire street as if it were daytime, and then suddenly stops. You can even hear someone in the footage saying all of the street lights and traffic lights are out too, as if something were causing a power outage while this unexplained event took place.
Oh, the lights, the traffic lights is out too. Oh my god. Yo. Alright. Yo. Whoa. What?
In this next clip, a couple of friends on a boat see some very strange patterns in the sky. To me, it almost appears as if something came down or went up through the clouds at a rapid speed, causing the disruption.
Bro, look at these clouds. What is going on? What is that?
Have you ever seen anything like this in the sky before? What do you think caused these circular shapes? Let me know down below in the comments. This next video shows a large cloud after an explosion, and then a bright object appears coming out of the smoke. Do you think this was another one of Elon Musk's SpaceX rockets, or something different?
Something exploded and now this is in the sky. What is that? What is that? Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
As advanced as technology has become, I don't even think that Elon Musk would be able to build this. A woman records a strange cloud in the sky from her car that appears to reveal a gigantic dark ring hiding within it.
What is that? Is that a cloud? You see this? What is that?
This reminds me a bit of the movie Nope, how the aliens would hide in stationary clouds above the mountains.
OJ! It's in the cloud!
But seeing this caught on camera makes me wonder, has anyone else out there captured this strange object on video? If you've seen something like this before, leave it down below in the comments. This next video shows an oddly shaped object just hovering over some houses in a neighborhood in broad daylight. If alien cover-ups used to be a thing in the past, given our current society with everyone having video recording devices in their pockets, these events could be expected to be captured much more frequently in the near future. But what are they, and where do they come from? This is clearly unlike any drone that I have ever seen. Lightning storms in most cases are just considered natural events. However, how do you explain this? A lightning storm in the distance being completely blocked out by an enormous black object in the sky. Or this one, another oddly shaped cloud just hovering like a ship in the night sky. If you're enjoying today's video, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and that little bell notification so that you get notified every time a new scary video like this drops in the future. Now that we've gone over all the cool sightings in the sky, let's get into a bit more of a creepy territory: the ground patrol. Oftentimes in Hollywood movies, alien ships can be seen observing our planet before an actual alien invasion occurs.
It's called probing. It's a military procedure. You send out a reconnaissance group, very small, not to engage, but to evaluate.
In these next clips, many people have been claiming to have captured extraterrestrial beings walking among us. In this first video, Facebook user Shy Unique Legacy was live streaming on his page when he swore he saw something strange outside of his house. And when he looked outside of his house, he saw this.
I'm gonna open my back door, bro, and show y'all that the picture came from in the back of my yard. This is the exact spot that I just...
Keep in mind, this entire video was live streamed, no post edits. Something moving past his line of sight extremely quickly, but if we slow down the footage and look closely, it almost appears to be some sort of humanoid. Was this an actual alien? Whatever it was, I think it's safe to say that this was not human. In this next clip, a couple is walking through the woods filming when they see a transparent figure creeping around ahead of them.
Do you see that? Over there, look, over there. Do you see that? What the? Wait, because that was it again, right there. Wait.
I don't like this.
You see that? Right there. Look.
Oh my god. That's not an animal. I don't like it.
Okay, fuck it.
As they film it and slowly creep towards it, trying to capture it on film, it appears to notice them and starts to head towards them. You can also hear strange noises coming from this translucent entity, like hissing or growling sounds.
That's not an animal. I don't like it.
Okay, fuck it.
This was a secluded event, but let's get into a few more that were much more viral and even reached the news channels. A strange light was caught falling from the sky in Nevada. It was captured by several residents' ring cams and even police body cams. But then the police receive a strange call from a family claiming that there are giant dark figures hiding in their backyard. Police show up to the scene to find the family horrified as they have never seen anything so large.
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
Did you see it?
Yeah, me and him saw it.
After police investigate, they didn't find any strange beings, but this whole event was extremely odd. And how could we overlook the most recent trending video on social medias that has had YouTubers and influencers going crazy?
On New Year's Day, there was a massive police response in downtown Miami.
The Miami Mall alien sightings. After a fight broke out in the Miami Mall between a large group of teens, people began to panic and flee from the mall. As police showed up by the dozens, videos began to emerge with theories about what really took place.
We look back and we noticed some weird shapes taller than me. I'm 6'2", shadowy, dark, solid shapes, not human. I promise you, these is not human.
Several videos of what appears to be a giant transparent being walking back and forth between the police cars. Later, police made an official statement saying that there were no transparent aliens at the Miami Mall, but many believe this is another government cover-up. What do you think happened? If it was nothing more than a teenage fight, why are so many people online buzzing about this event? Let us know down below in the comments. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please hit that like button down below. It's a free way to show support and it helps us out big time. Also, if you would like to support the channel even further while getting all sorts of cool bonus perks and benefits like live streams with Colton and I, come on over and join us on our Patreon page. We have such an awesome community there already, which is still growing day by day, and we've recently revamped our page to make it even better for you guys. You'll find a link down below in the description of this video, and there's a bunch of different tier levels that you could choose from depending on your comfort level and how much you're willing to donate. And
Beloved ones, we greet you. This is a moment of divine timing on Earth as a next step energetic phase begins. The magnetic core of your planet is ready to go through a series of expansive shifts, which is designed to reposition Earth in relationship to the Sun. The Sun has two phases. One phase is bringing light, warmth, and nutrition to your planet. The second phase holds a mirrored illumination of the light of your higher self. We refer to the second phase of the Sun as the sacred Sun. This is the first
are nasty now. Something I've noticed, I want to just say this right at the top of 2024, we have become the perverts. In fact, what's even more ironic is that as we point the finger and pretend that men are the perverts, Me Too error, time's up, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. It is so clearly evident everywhere that you look in society that it's actually us. We have become the sexual aggressors. Now, before I get into that, I want to point to this article. It is old. It was published in 2016. The author's name is Amy Otto. And she wrote, "Men did greater things when it was harder to see boobs." I totally agree with that statement. Don't even have to think hard about it. She writes, "Giving sex for free destroyed men's motivation. Men used to marry younger and in larger numbers to lock down their very own real-life woman. But now, in a bizarre gambit to gain equality, women gave away a ton of the power that they had accumulated in society. They held the majority of the cards in sexual relationships and, facing a royal flush, decided to fold. Women used to set the cultural standards and the parameters for intimate activity. Now, often the guys wield more power over sex, and the girls are working way too hard, way too soon, with no reciprocity. More widely available hookups have made men less likely to commit." Let's explore that.
Hey guys, it's your girl Melanie, and my goodness, women are the ones that are degenerates now. Women are the ones that are nasty, is what Candace Owen is saying. And I agree with her wholeheartedly, because this is what I have been saying on my channel. Women have demonized men and make men the scapegoat to all their problems, make men the scapegoat to all the problems in the world, make men the scapegoat to nearly anything that they deem as negative in the world. But if you look at women's unaccountable behavior across the board, especially because of social media and how it is celebrated through Hollywood, through governmental policies, universities, on the campuses, how it's celebrated on social media, mainstream media, women are not held accountable because there's no guardrails in check. And whatever a woman feels, whatever a woman does, her body, her choice. If she wants to walk around butt naked in the street, no one should shame her for it. No one should put her down for it. No one should have anything to say about it. And this is the other thing. If you do try to bring out shame or try to say this, something's wrong, they say, "Why do you care? She's minding her business. What does it matter to your life?" And this is the low IQ that you deal with. This is the low level reptilian thinking that you come across when you try to point out things that are wrong. They want to silence you. Well, why do you care? When they care so much about people who have opposing views, you know, if someone has an opposing view than them and don't believe in the same things as them, then they have no problem shouting you out, trying to cancel you, trying to do all types of things to you. But if it's something that tries to shame them, don't judge. Only God can judge them, if they even believe in God. But women are naked all over the place. They promote sex work. They are sex workers. And then they want to keep shaming men about how, you know, it's because of the patriarchy we weren't allowed to be whores. That it's this Madonna whore complex that men, are judging women for their sexual behavior, but men have the same behaviors and we should be allowed to do it. And it's just misogynistic if you don't think a woman should be able to do this and that and the other. And they use all this shaming language and they try to do this. And it's also that they can be their peak degenerate selves. So women are the ones that are producing porn now in mass. Regular women who are moms, women who are school teachers. I'm about to do a video about a mom. She had her children in a private Christian school, and on the back of her car in a large decal, she was promoting her OnlyFans on her car. So when she would drop off her kids and pick them up from school, her OnlyFans was right there at a Christian school, and she had the nerve to say that she's been victimized and targeted because she's not allowed to promote her porn that helps support her family. It is seen as why? How can you judge this? But if a man was to say something, actually not a man, the wrong man, the man they're not attracted to, the man they don't deem high value, the man whose opinions they don't care about, which is the vast majority of men, were to say something sexual to them or to give them the validation that they are looking for on social media when they post their thirst traps. Oh, he's objectifying me and it's wrong. Go unchecked. But if a man even thinks wrong, if a man even says one thing they deem as wrong, then they want to crucify him. Make it make sense.
Because as I said, it is true. This is the long result of the women's movement, the feminist movement, the second wave that took place in the 1970s, where suddenly you had a bunch of cultural leaders like Gloria Steinem, writers like Helene Crixus, who were suddenly telling women that domesticity was wrong, that they needed to pursue their sexual freedom. And now the results of it are abundant. Every time I open the internet, I am actually shocked. I'm going to take you through a few things that I saw while I was on maternity leave, and I just went, what is happening? What is this woman doing? This is not a woman that is free. She is a pervert. If a man did this, he'd probably be put into prison. But because she's a woman, people are pretending that this is okay. Take this one example. This is a social media influencer. Her name is Natalie Reynolds. And she decided one day, she woke up and said, I am just going to paint my body like leggings and wear them to the gym. I'm serious. She was butt naked and decided to paint blue onto herself and go to the gym to see how men would react. And it turns out that men did not think it was cute or it was funny. Take a listen.
If you don't have clothes on, you need to be out of here, man.
I do have clothes on.
That's body paint.
Go closer.
How's your body paint?
That is body paint. I work in the industry enough to know. I work in the entertainment field.
He's saying you need to leave. He's not.
No, report you for decency.
Report me.
Cool. I mean, she's covered, so.
Yeah, she's covered.
She's covered, so we're not supposed to videotape her.
Now, why would Natalie do that? Why would any individual, I actually want you to flip your brain, if a man said, I'm going to go to a gym where there's a bunch of women and I'm just going to paint my nether regions blue. And then I'm going to get closer to a person and get close and say, oh, no, what's the problem here? You would call the police. But because she's a woman, somehow she thought this would be funny. I don't know. She offered this apology on Twitter, really kind of a non-apology on Twitter. She wrote, I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I am simply here to apologize. Now, to be clear, Twitter states that this is a rip off of an old Logan Paul apology. So she is not actually apologizing. She still thinks that there's something here to be garnered, some sort of attention for her perverse activity. What should have happened is that she should have been arrested for indecent exposure. But again, that didn't happen because men are supposed to just take it. I just want to say kudos to that guy for telling her to leave the gym. More and more of this is happening. Women are virtually showing up into male spaces half naked and then complaining that they're the victims. Why are you looking at me? I know I'm halfway naked. I'm just here to get a workout. My boobs are out and now I'm just painting my body blue and I'm getting close to you. What an absolute creep this woman is. She shouldn't even be around children, yet alone men. And then I saw this.
So, and as you can see, how many videos have we seen when women have a camera out? Most gyms you're not allowed to film in without permission. So they'll have this camera set up and they purposely wear outfits where their entire body is for the streets. Women today are for street consumption. They want to be consumed in mass by as many penises as possible. They want as many eyeballs on them. Of course, they want the right penises, the right eyeballs, but they also like the admiration and the looks from the guys that they don't deem on their level, that guys who are dusty and dating down because they need so much validation. Today, the modern woman is a raging narcissist. They want to claim that men are the narcissists, but if you look at their behavior, if you look at the way they move, the way they act, the way they think, their group hive mentality, the emotional circle jerk of the sisterhood, all of them behave the same. And the number one thing they are looking for is validation and attention. That is the lifeblood of the modern woman. So if a man had walked into a gym and he had just painted his body, just used body paint as his covering, and he was walking around, he would have been charged with sexual battery, sexual harassment. He would have been arrested. He would have been banned from there. He would have had to pay fines. He could have lost his job. So many other things. I'm sure this creature, this degenerate sexual batterer probably considers her, she's probably OnlyFans chick, or she's another social media influencer on IG model on Instagram, and so that's her job. So she probably has no real job or career to actually get canceled or fired from. But the fact is, this is the double standard. If this was a man, he'd be fired. He'd lose his family. He'd lose everything for doing something this disgusting. And the fact that, and this is the thing, she just expects men to take it. This is assault on men, and she just expects them to take it because she's so fine. She's a baddie. No man can resist those pancakes in the back there. There's nothing even going on with her, but she walks, the basic below average woman will walk around with pride as though they are something to be adored and worshiped as a goddess and a queen because she was born with a vagina and breasts. How is that fair to men? But they don't care about fairness. Feminism does not care about fairness. They don't care about equality. It is about women reigning supreme. And if that takes keeping their foot on men's necks, if that means destroying men, if that means shutting them up, drowning them out, shutting them down and keeping them out of all spaces, even spaces, as Candace said, that used to be sacred to them, and pushing them out of society in their relevance of out of society, and also their relevance in their position and their importance in the family, then so be it. Because what a woman feels, what a woman wants, a woman will get. And the ends justify the means. There is no stopping these women. I hate to even call them women, because today's modern female is not a woman. It's not what a woman was created to be. They don't think and act like women. Most of them are modern day prostitutes and behave like ladies of the night. They dress like ladies of the night. They have body counts in the double, triple, quadruple digits. I have seen this. I have done videos and reactions to women like this. Women whine and complain about misogyny, but they are raging feminists. Just go to TikTok and see the things that you hear on there. They will claim women aren't safe, children aren't safe around them. Where the number one perpetuator of child abuse are women to their own children. So they refuse to look at data, refuse to look at statistics, because we know it is all about feelings over facts. Data and statistics, well, they'll change those. They'll change the definitions of what those things are and the terms of those things if it does not fit their feelings. Now definitions, the dictionary itself is an assault and a weapon used against feminism and a woman's rightful place in this world. And they wonder why men are walking away and don't want to deal with them anymore. Men don't approach me anymore. What?
Picture. And I've covered this woman extensively on my show. She's one of the great purveyors of modern feminism. Yes, Emily Ratajkowski. I don't know what she has done in society other than be naked, what her contribution has been, other than at the very same time on insisting on her nudity, writing a book and convincing us that men are looking at her, making her a sexual object. Yeah, she actually wrote a book and said that she has been objectified her entire life sexually. Poor Emily Ratajkowski.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying this really quickly. The first time I ever seen or heard of this woman was when she did a sex scene with Ben Affleck, her full body out with Ben Affleck, having sex on camera, of course, in Hollywood. Doing that in that movie, I think it's Gone Girl, it's not Gone Baby Gone, it was in Gone Girl. But yes, she's talking about she's being objectified. She was in that Robin Thicke video as well, gladly being objectified as long as she has a check. Again, the modern woman doesn't have a problem with objectifying herself and behaving like a lady of the night and being sexualized, as long as she can trick, as long as she's getting paid for it, just like a modern day prostitute.
Ratajkowski. So anyways, I don't know where she was going the other evening, but I do want to show you this photo of her, a night on the town in New York City. It looks like her assistant is descending out of a black car with her, and this is what Emily Ratajkowski decided to wear. Now, if you're listening to this podcast and you don't see it, it is literally a black bra and underwear, and a sheer top on top of it.
I'm sorry, but this is tame to what we're seeing today. And I know she is friends with Kanye, but if you see what Kanye is posting with his wife, she is bare naked. But this is nothing new. To me, this is actually modesty. This is modern day female modesty. They actually see nothing wrong with living and looking like a debaucherous whore. It is acceptable. And if for you to say anything different, well, you're wrong. Your thinking's wrong. You have internalized misogyny. You're a pick-me. You're hating. I'm hating on Emily Ratajkowski because I just wish I could be this and I can do this. But this is who they have and they promote for young women to look up to, not women using their mind or doing anything great, unless they're talking about smashing the patriarchy or some other nonsense. Then you can listen to them. But this is this right here. Let's be honest, guys. The stuff we see on social media. I mean, I see this on the red carpet all the time. I see this in photo magazines everywhere. I mean, this is honestly, she looks like she's going to church. the modern day whoredom church. Like, that's the uniform.
Completely sheer. She's completely naked. She's also wearing even a transparent heel. So I will ask the question in case you think I'm being unfair. Where is she going? Where is she going that you would say that this is an appropriate outfit to wear? I want you to actually get creative here. I played this game. I said to my producers, in what setting would you say, no, actually, this outfit is appropriate? I'm walking down the street wearing a bra and underwear, and this is totally fine because I'm headed to my sister's birthday dinner. Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. This is perverted. And somehow in our heads and our minds, we've said, no, this is totally fine because she's a celebrity. And I guess celebrities are allowed to be perverted, are allowed to act in this manner, are allowed to sexually harass people. Do you know how furious I would be if I was walking with my 2-year-old son and she got out of the car dressed like that? She's a perv. Let's just call that out, okay? Women are doing this over and over again while convincing you that they are the victims. And there is no woman who sold us victimhood over the last 10 years more than the artist Kesha. Remember, she wanted to get out of her Sony contract, and so she said that she was sexually assaulted and raped by Dr. Luke, one of the producers over at Sony. Now, that entire lawsuit fell apart, not before she was given awards and the red carpet was rolled out. Poor Kesha. She's speaking for all of us women that have ever been held down in a contract and raped and sexually assaulted and harassed.